Hello, welcome to the Paradigm Oracle. I'm Faye. I am bringing in Akashic Records reading to you today. Yesterday, I just felt really led to do one right before I went to bed. So that is what we're doing today. I actually don't have any specific structure or order on how I'm going to do this. So we're just going to get into each of your piles and go from there. I kind of have like a small structure of how I want to start it, but yeah, I'm just going to let Spirit lead me through the reading. So originally I planned to only have crystals out for selection, but then I felt led to pull one card for each of the piles just to help um, you connect to the energy in selecting the pile that you feel most drawn to. So for each pile, this will be your first card in your reading, and then from there, again, I will be shuffling in each of the readings. But let's get into the crystals. So the first crystal we have here is rough crystal quartz for pile 1. For pile 2 we have selenite, and for pile 3 we have Lemurian quartz. So if you need more time, feel free to pause the video and I will see you in your pile. So pile 1, if you chose this pile with the rough crystal quartz, this is your reading. This, like I said, is the only pre-shuffled card in this reading, and everything else I'll be shuffling on camera or off camera, but you'll hear me shuffling. So let's see what the first card is. We have Eight of Forces. Now, bear with me, I actually have not used this deck a lot, so I'm not 100% familiar with it. So most of it is probably just going to be me channeling the energy. But I did write down some notes just so I could know what, oops, that's not even on camera, what some of these relate to. So with the forces in this deck, the forces would be wands. So Eight of Wands. And let's get some more. So with this deck, I need to shuffle that again. With this deck, I'm probably going to pull 5 cards, and then I'm going to pull from the Past Life Oracle, and I'll probably do about 3 cards from that deck. So, Spirit Team of Pile 1. Okay. Can you give me 2 more cards for the Akashic Records reading, please? One more card, please, for the Akashic reading. Oh, that one to come out. So as I said, the forces in this deck is would be attributed to wands. Roses would be cups, I believe, and then scrolls, I believe that is swords. Let me just make sure. Yeah, so that would be kind of equivalent to the swords in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And actually, no, before I start reading, let me pull from the Past Life Oracle deck. And again, if I didn't mention already, I'm just going to pull like 3 from here. So, Spirit Team of Pile 1, can you please give me 3 cards for their Akashic reading? Let me put it here. Oops, one went flying. Have fun. Should I do 3 or 4? Should I do 3 or 4? 3 is fine. Okay. Um, I'm going to do three, but then I think I'm going to take the bottom of the deck as well. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe that was why. Because I felt like something was missing, and that something missing is because I'm actually going to move this card here. There was a card at the bottom of here. So let's actually move it here. So let's see what's coming up in this Akashic reading. Um, mm, 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 mm. Okay. So what I'm getting in the lifetime coming through in this Akashic record reading was you were okay, it feels kind of like twofold. So for some of you, you were literally a queen, literally a queen. For others of you, you were definitely a woman in the lifetime that's coming through here. Um, you had to do a lot. There was a lot on your plate, and a lot of this feels like it was because of a relationship, a marriage, a betrothal. Um, and what I'm seeing, because it's so funny that the War of the Roses comes out and then War and Battles comes out. Um, yeah, it's funny because, okay, I don't think I mentioned, or did I mention? Yeah, I think I did mention that the roses in this deck um, are like the cups of this tarot deck. And when we think about traditional, like the regular weight tarot and the Six of Cups, it talks about like a past life, and there's like a two children. I'm assuming like maybe a boy and girl, right? And the the boy is giving the cup to the girl, and this basically what is coming through is this basically this is confirmation that this is a past life relationship. In this lifetime, the one that you're living now, this may be a childhood friend of yours that you have connected with. um, it feels like for some of you, you did not talk for a while, or there were years that passed, and maybe you forgot about each other or you thought about each other here and there, but it wasn't like anything. There was no connection basically outside of like when you were younger, and then you'd have these sudden moments of constantly thinking about this person and not really understanding why. um, and you'd feel like deep emotions for them. And for some of you, you may not have even known this person long, maybe like one semester in like elementary school or something, but something feels like it really connected you to that person, and it almost feels like there is still this strong connection coming through. Now, in this lifetime that's coming through in the reading, um, again, some of you were queens, some of you were not. Some of you literally lived on a farm, and your partner had to go off to war. Obviously, given the Confederate flag here, this very well could be, for some of your lifetimes, the Civil War. And then, literally, this could have been the War of the Roses. For others of you, for some of you, you probably did both of those lifetimes, honestly. But this is kind of coming through to explain um, to plant the seed of letting you know why you keep thinking about this person or why this person keeps coming up in your thoughts and why you feel connected to them. It is because in past lives, this person was either a king, um, or they were a soldier and you were a queen, or they were someone in court that had to do with. No, I'm feeling really they were like in the military in some way. They were in the military in some way, shape, or form. Um, so they could have been a king, like going in on the front lines, or they could have been a soldier. Of course, it this is a general reading, so there's a multitude of ways that this story could have played out. But in that lifetime, given the circumstances of the wars that were occurring, there was this need for you to be a figurehead in a way while this person was away. You had to handle a lot of things because you were away, right? Yeah, there was a lot that you had to handle while this person was away. Like you constantly had to do a lot of stuff. Um, because I keep getting this image of like while this person is at war, like you're working the farm, you're taking care of the animals, you're taking care of the crops and things like that. Like you're running the farm. Like you it almost feels like before like this war, before they had to leave, you were really in your yin energy. And then when they left, you had to like really dive into like your yang energy. And I don't want to say you struggled to balance it. I think it was just something that like threw you off. Like you didn't expect to have to juggle the two because you were very comfortable in your yin energy. But you also like suddenly had to stand up and start to take care of things that you didn't have to once upon a time before like this war took over and um took over your lives. But with the fated meeting, there's still love between your souls, and this this really feels like spirit saying like this is going to be, because I'm not really picking up, well actually I kind of am. I'm picking up that like the war in some ways destroyed the relationship, and it's not specified if this is because the person passed away, but I'm almost getting this energy of like widower coming through, or widow I should say, or for some of you could be widowers. um but I am getting, oh okay, so yes to that, you, for some of you, you did lose this person um during the war. For others of you, you actually passed away during this war, and this person became a widower. It, because I'm getting this image of them like coming home and like you're not there because because it's like you didn't survive. Yeah, so what is coming through is like for this lifetime, there was no coming back together after this war. One of you passed away during the war. So for some of you, it was literally you that passed away. For you, it was like the other person. So, like with everyone who's watching this pile, one of you passed away. And this is the lifetime where you come together and you actually get to be together and live out your life together. So that is why you're drawn to this particular person. Again, for some of you, this is someone that you met like when you were younger, and they were only in your life for a short time, but there is something about them that keeps popping up in your head, and you're wondering how they're doing, or like just out of nowhere, like it's like you feel their energy, or in some cases, I'm getting like there's a smell that reminds you of them. You start to smell that, and it takes you back to when you were together, and it feels very familiar and safe. So again, spirit is bringing this lifetime up to let you know, like, this is why you feel so connected to them. But also, if you're not connected to that person, they will be coming back into your life. That being said, don't make any changes or do anything to push them back into your life. A part of all of our lives is to live our lives and not like just be waiting for someone to come in and be in our life. We still need to live our life. So spirit doesn't want you to get sidetracked with the fact that this person is coming in, but this is just an explanation of what your connection is to them. And that connection is, in a lifetime, you were in a relationship with this person, and one or the other of you passed away because of war, or they passed away because of war. I'm feeling like if you passed away, it was, I keep getting like exhaustion. That's what's coming through, like exhaustion, or like a plague that's also coming through, but some type of sickness. Some type of sickness. Um, yeah, some type of sickness came through. But the both of you loved each other very much in this lifetime, in that lifetime, I should say. Um, and that love is still existing. Um, and it is waiting to be, at least in this life, rediscovered. Um, I do see them coming towards you though. So it's not something where it's like you need to do something. This is something where they will come towards you, they will see you, they will notice you. It may even be a situation where they've changed so much that even when you see them, you won't even know it's them until like you're talking and having a conversation, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, like, are you from this school, or did you live here? Do you remember me?" And they're like, "Yeah, I remember you. Like, that's why I came to talk to you." So it's like they'll notice you, but you probably won't notice them. I think that is all I have for this. There is one more deck that I wanted to pull from. There's one more deck I wanted to pull from just to get like final guidance before I didn't mean to say before, but or maybe Spirit is saying before this relationship or person comes towards you. Yeah, so I'm going to pull one oracle card just to see if Spirit has any final guidance to close out this reading, because it was pretty much straightforward. Spirit, do you have any final guidance for pile one? Inner life. Your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. So with this, Spirit is really saying to take care of yourself. Check in with yourself. Make sure that you feel good on the inside. Making sure that your mind is right, your body is right. Making sure you're so attuned to yourself, where if you feel like they're giving me the example of like a headache. Like, oh, this headache is on this right side. I know the right side of my head. I know that means that I'm not drinking enough water, or I'm not eating enough protein, or something like that. So Spirit is really wanting you to get to know every bit of yourself. That needs to be the focus for you right now. Don't focus again too much on like this person or this relationship coming into your life. This is simply Spirit answering a question that you sent out to the universe. But what Spirit wants you to focus on is you. Focus on making sure that you're safe. I'm hearing safe and sound. Yeah. So that is your message, pile one. I hope it gave you some guidance, and I want to thank your spirit team, my spirit team, for coming through with this message. If you like the video, if you want to see more, you can feel free to like, subscribe to the channel. If you want to leave a comment down below, go right ahead, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Also, I hope you have a great day or night, or whenever you're watching. Yeah. And again, I hope to see you next time. Hello, pile two. If you chose this pile or the selenite, this the selenite crystal, I'm sorry. If you chose that, this is your pile. So like I said, this is the only card I pre-shuffled. We're going to start off with this card, and then we're going to shuffle more cards for there. So the first card we have is the Eight of Scrolls, Paths Unknown. And in this deck, I believe the scrolls are like the swords. This deck. So let's get please have 4 more cards, or 3 more now. One of keys. Keys would be pentacles. 2 of scrolls. And Archangel Gabriel. And I'm also going to pull 3 from past life oracle. 3 from the past life oracle, please. 1 Atlantis. Egypt. And I'm also going to pull from the bottom of the deck, but let me get this card that flew. Oops. Okay, Egypt leaving and travel, and then we're going to do the bottom of the deck for this one. Angels. For sure, I think I hit the camera for sure. This is, I don't know why, this pile is kind of funny for me because I feel like you've probably experienced a lot of lifetimes. Um, yeah, you've experienced a lot of lifetimes. You have a lot of knowledge about a lot of things coming through. Um, this is so funny. This is so funny because I feel like the same, or not the same thing, but a similar thing happened in pile one, where up here we had something, we had a certain card, and then down here we had another card that was like similar to one of the cards up here, which is exactly what happened here. I keep getting this hearing creator. Um, you brought a lot of things, beings, energies into this world. Um, like literally when I was shuffling these cards, I saw, I don't know if it's a star seed card. Let me check. Let me go through this deck. But I saw that card and I thought of that. And when I think of yeah, it's this card. It's actually the galactic card. When I think of star seeds, I think of Atlantis, I think of Lemuria, I think of those types of societies because there's so many beings and creatures that are said to be created during that time. And um, like just if you've read up on like star seeds and stuff, seeing how some of these star races, I guess you would say, they came and seeded Earth. Some of the first civilizations that they seeded were like Lemuria and Atlantis, for example. And I find a lot of people that connect very closely to Lemuria or Atlantis also connect very closely to Egypt. So for me, what is coming through for you is that you've you've experienced a lot of Earth, a lot of Earth cycles from the beginning, from when even if you believe in that, um, from when the star seeds first started to come to Earth and started to populate the planet. So you have a lot of knowledge. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that saying Jesus is my homeboy. If like literally Jesus was your homeboy, like you probably were hanging out with angels at one point. Like it feels like you're a very flexible person who's like to spirit, like wherever you need me to go, whatever you need me to do, I am going there. Like okay, spirit's like okay, go to Atlantis, go to Egypt. Um, hang out with Jesus. Okay, now hang out with the angels, with the archangels. Like it feels like your foot is always in different worlds, and but you help build and make everything better and grow, and like this path's unknown, like that is your jam. Like you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Awesome. Like let's create something. Let's create a story. Let's create a world. Like I am so happy and excited to do that. Um I don't want to say like I wouldn't be surprised if you're like an overachiever, but not in a way where it's like you do it to please other people and to look cool. Like you do it because you genuinely enjoy it. You genuinely love puzzles and, things that trying to figure out how to make things better. Um, you could be like, I don't know, an analyst of some type in your career because you like figuring things out. You like looking at the data and the numbers. I also wouldn't be surprised if like you had a statistics class and you like had like an A, an A plus in that, and like you probably did extra credit stuff, and yeah, you just seem like that type of person that really, really loves a challenge because you really love making things better and helping people and, you know, making the impossible possible. And so I feel like the reason Spirit brought this specific lifetime together is you almost also feel like a person that feels as if maybe you need to stick to one thing and you have a hard time doing that. And Spirit is like, oh, this is why. Because you're always into something, you're always doing something new. And that's just you. Like if you're done with something, you're ready to move on to the next thing. And Spirit is really saying like you don't have to stay and do one thing if that's not what you want to do. Like literally, like you're always ready to pack up and go somewhere. You may even in um, your current position, you may travel a lot, or that's something that you want to do. You want to travel a lot. You could be a traveling nurse as well, or that's something that maybe you're interested in. I'm also getting like you're interested in building a business, but again, it feels like in this lifetime, the current one that you're living, you may be struggling with things not having a complete order or a complete plan. But that's the thing about you. Your soul has never had a plan, and that is what makes you successful because you're adaptable to the changes that occur or that inevitably will occur. Like your foot is always in two worlds because you're always prepared to possibly do something else. And there's always a Spirit is telling me like there's always a spot open for you where you want to go. So you don't have to stay anywhere. Um, um, now I feel like Archangel Gabriel came through because I would recommend like if you're interested in working with Archangel Gabriel, do that. They and there might be like signs that Archangel Gabriel sends you, um, especially having to do with the number three. And also, I'm being brought to the six as well. So the three and six could be significant numbers. But I'm also hearing like my old friend. So, like, it feels like in another life you were very close, or maybe when you were not incarnated, you worked closely with Archangel Gabriel, but there is like this energy coming through of like my friend, of calling you their friend. So you have a very close connection with Archangel Gabriel, and if that's something that you would like to pursue, their arms are open to receive you. But the message really here is that you don't have to do just one thing. You don't have to get stuck in that. And just because it doesn't look like what everybody else says it should look like, that doesn't matter. Like, you're meant to live your life, and you have to tap into what works for you. Because if you were meant to live for other people's opinions, you would have been incarnated those people. But you're incarnated you, so you inevitably know what's best for you above anyone else. And if doing a job temporarily works for you and you want to hop to something else, go right ahead and do it. Again, like Spirit told me earlier, for you, there's always space for you where you want to go. Also, if you want to tap into the energies of like Atlantis or Egypt as well, um, those might also help you with being a little bit more grounded with why you are the way that you are. Um, I'm also hearing travel more, travel more. So travel more. For you, it's good for you to see new places, meet new people, experience new things. So I am going to leave that there. I'm going to pull one more card to see if to see what message, what just any kind of guidance Spirit has for you regarding this reading, or just what you need to know going forward after this reading. Oh, that was quick. So we have wisdom at play, and ironically, we have the number three again. So, like I said, especially when it's dealing with Archangel Gabriel, the number three is very significant, especially when they are trying to communicate with you. Okay, that being said, wisdom in play, our intuition knows more than we do. And like I just said, you inevitably know what's best for you more than anyone else. And again, this feels more so of a message directly coming from Archangel Gabriel. You know what is best for you. Don't let other people tell you what is best for you. They can only tell you based off of what they have experienced living their lives, but you have different soul contracts. So it's okay for you to make a decision that is best for you, even if it doesn't look like what everybody else would want you to do. Inevitably, you know what is best for you. And again, like Spirit said earlier, there is space for you where you want to be. So that was a wonderful message. I want to thank your guides, my guides, for coming through and delivering this message, and also Archangel Gabriel for coming through as well. If you want to like the video, subscribe, feel free to do so. Leave comments down below if you'd like. But I hope to see you in the next video. I hope this gave you some wonderful guidance on one of your past lives, and I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hello, hello, pile 3. If you chose this pile or the Lemurian quartz, this is your reading. So, I think I mentioned in the intro that I pre-shuffled this one card, but I will be shuffling the rest of the cards during this reading. So let's see what this card is. We have Will, Wisdom, and Mind. So let's get 4 more. Can I have 4 more cards? Akashic reading. Oh, okay, that's 2. I have, oh my gosh, the cards just want to pop out for you. We have the Light of the World, 8 of Forces, 6 of Roses, and Forces in this deck would be equivalent to Wands, and Roses would be equivalent to Cups. Can I have 1 more? Thank you. Up in the air. Then we're going to pull 3 more from the past life oracle. Then we're going to get 1 from the bottom of the deck as well. Okay, Asia. This here. It's too many spirits. And 2 more, okay. So, just bear with me 1 moment. So, what Spirit is actually showing me is the swastika, but not the Nazi one. The original one that is not slanted. And I think this is, I believe it might come from India, or I know it's like in Buddhism, but I've also seen it in Native American cultures as well, which is, I'm sure, why Spirit is bringing that up to me. I definitely get that you were, and also if you were drawn to another pile, go ahead and watch that pile, whatever that pile is. But go ahead and watch that pile. There might be another lifetime that comes through for you if you felt drawn to another pile. But there's something about you bringing peace to the world, and I guess that makes sense because it feels like there's a lot of turmoil around you in this lifetime that's coming through, but you become a safe space for people. You bring them peace. You bring them comfort, despite all of the turmoil that is occurring outside. it's like you bring in spirit, like when things are too toxically masculine, you brought in that feminine energy to help balance it. I think I, I think I might have mentioned this in another pile too, but that when there's too much yang energy, you brought in the big yin to balance it. And it's funny, even with like this spouse, and I mean, it could literally be talking about that, a connection, but here, what I'm getting is like you married spirit in a way. So for some of you, it's giving priest energy, it's giving monk energy, it's giving shaman energy. Like you were that connection to spirit for a lot of people. Um, and you willingly shared this knowledge. I am getting like that you wrote a lot of stuff. You wrote a lot of stuff. You shared a lot of stuff. For some of you, it wasn't necessarily physically writing, it was verbally sharing your knowledge and how to connect to spirit and how to heal and how to balance when things become too unbalanced. Yeah, I just keep getting like this connection to spirit. This connection to spirit is coming through. And even it's like no one was afraid to come to you. Kings, queens, soldiers, just regular town folk. And even in some cases, it's like if people were afraid to leave home, and you knew they needed you would have no problem like leaving the temple to go and see about someone, even in your old age. And other monks under you would be like, no, no, like you stay, like don't go anywhere. But you're like, no, the people need me. I see you again, like on fields of battles, like going there, helping, trying to stop the fighting, help, trying to help people see, like, okay, is this worth fighting? Why are we fighting each other? We do so much better together than we do apart. Like you always found a way to bring spirit back to the narrative, back to their minds. Yeah. So a lot of what's coming through is that you were just a very prominent spiritual leader, teacher, guide for so many people. You inspired and encouraged so many people. Hearing you saved so many people with your words, saved so many lives with your words. You brought peace and made sure that everyone's well being was taken care of. You made sure, like, with certain families, like if they didn't have wood for a fire to stay warm, you gave them wood. If they didn't have water or they were too tired to get water, you would bring them water. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting. I'm actually not getting too much more outside of that. Well, Spirit, why did you want to show them? So there are certain places that you feel really connected to, and Spirit is coming through saying it's because of like this life experience that you have in these places. For some of you feel um, drawn to the Celts. For some of you feel very drawn to like certain places in Asia. For some of you feel drawn to certain indigenous communities. And this is because of your life experiences in these places. Um, being this person, being this shaman, being this priest, being a spiritual guide, and you helped, and you genuinely love so many people in that community that you um, incarnated in that time, and you still have so much love because you still feel that energy of the love that you had when you were there, even if you don't live there in this current incarnation. And for some of you, Spirit is coming through saying this is why you love and care for people so deeply. It's because of this lifetime, of that lifetime, I should say. Yeah. So I'm going to pull a card just for any final guidance from Spirit going forward. Spirit, what final guidance do you have for pile 3? What final guidance do you have? 15, distorted desire. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. Well, that is interesting. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. Um, to me, this says like just be careful of how you use your your power or how you help other people. Um, Again, in this lifetime, you genuinely had such a deep love for the people around you. You wanted to help them, but make sure in this lifetime that it doesn't make you power hungry. It doesn't make you a zealot or anything, or make you feel like you have something over other people. And don't do things simply because you're going to get something out of it. Um, and be mindful of doing things because of that reason. Make sure that your intentions to help others, your intentions to help yourself are aligned with your wellness. I will say that. So just be mindful of your intentions when it comes to helping, and make sure it is from a pure place of love. Yes. So that is what I have for you, pile 3. I want to thank your spirit guides, my spirit guides, well, both of our spirit teams for coming through. I want to I don't know, I'm having a brain lapse. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope it gave you some guidance on your past or one of your past lives or some of your past lives. And if you want to like the video, feel free to do so. If you want to subscribe, feel free to do so. Leave me comments down below if you'd like. And I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.